It truly must be difficult to be Ubisoft nowadays, from lying to investors, from big game failures in the troves one after another, from signing a deal for your most successful brands to a company that wants to take you over, and from installing your relatives to management positions to a new subsidiary that manages said assets. It must be really hard to actually look forward and see a light at the end for Ubisoft, because they have failed to do anything so that closely resembles adherence to their audience, to the gaming audience. No, they have basically failed at every turn in over several years already, and this latest one is probably one of the many cherries on top. Greetings ladies and gents, my name is Hjelzo, the bearded Balkan blabbermouth, and I am discussing, and today we're going to be looking at a very typical topic when it comes to Ubisoft, because they once again said something absolutely ridiculous and we're here to call them out on it. So let us not waste any time. This comes from Dexerto and it's already spread to several other sites as well. This is from July 20th. And the title is as follows: Ubisoft argues putting microtransactions in single-player games makes them more fun, and the quote marks in more fun could not be placed at a more appropriate place. I am not a fan of microtransactions at all, in any game, as to whatever it be, online, single-player, be it mobile. I realize that when you're playing a free mobile game, for whatever reasons you might want to do that, and you want something to progress more and more because that's the way they're produced, you might be either forced or very incited to pay just a little bit in order to progress to the game. It's not a good practice, but it is a practice that when you get a free game, they're trying to get some money and they're trying to be less scummy about it than actually charging you from the game afterwards, after a trial period or something, but it's still a very idiotic thing to do. And the article goes like this: in their latest quarterly report, Ubisoft spoke about their business strategy and how they try to engage players. In a section about the experience of their full price premium titles, they claim that putting paid XP boosters and cosmetics in games like Assassin's Creed Shadows makes them more fun to play. Let's just realize what we just read over here. So we have XP boosters and we have cosmetics that are paid, and they're paid on a full price triple or quadruple A game. Now, when it comes to cosmetics, I'm going to say that if you're willing to pay that full game and you want to look cool, and if you want to look comfortable, or if you want your character to look cool, you might spend a buck or two or five by your own leisure. It's within, let's say, the somewhat accepted range. If it's a truly epic thing that it's a special unlockable, it's a DLC, it's from, let's say, a merging of two game characters, something like with Stellar Blade, and you can get a full DLC, or you can just get those items at the shop. That is something that you can possibly pass along, even though with much reservations. However, XP boosters or anything that actually helps you progress the game further and actually engages with the game mechanics, with the story, with your character's abilities, and it is paid by real money after you have paid the full price for them, is absolutely abhorrent. I just want to put out right there, because we're going to go deep into this article and there are a lot more instances that are gonna pop up of something like this. Ubisoft was one of the first devs to put microtransactions in their single player games. Well, of course, they have to try to get money any way they can. They're in slumps. It's something they've been doing for years now, offering the luxury of faster progress or unique cosmetics in exchange for real money. The luxury of faster progress is probably one of the best lines in this article, because luxury. You're buying luxury for an already fully paid game, and you're buying even more to progress faster. Now, we've talked about this with you guys on the channel before about game journalists not being able to play games that are saying skippable bosses and stuff like that. And this is probably going to be something like this, but you have to pay for it, and you have to, at one point, probably we're going to have to pay to play even more than you have already paid. But before the video continues, I just want to test something out, and I'm putting this out here. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy what I do, please press the like, subscribe button, and consider joining the channel and becoming a member for as low as $50 and helping me support the channel and support the homeless animals and animals in shelters. Thank you, and back to the video. All of this is basically an abhorrent practice that I think is going to evolve even more, because if you're currently made to pay for faster progress, who's to say you're not going to be made to pay to progress at all? Let's say you're having a particularly tough boss that it's only getting harder and harder, it's only getting more frustrating, and then you get the options, okay, pay $5 and you are going to be able to be strong enough or get a boost that you want that is only available throughout the battle with this boss, and it will help you fight him. And this is an absolutely abhorrent practice. However, you have to remember one thing, folks: we're not dealing with people that are concerned about good games. They're concerned about making profits and nothing else. They're going to release slop after slop that only carries once great titles and get as much money as possible before all crumbles down. They have no passion, they have absolutely no vision for making their audience happy for a long time. They just want to make a quick buck. It's something that we say here in Bulgaria that is very popular: to make your whole year for one day. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But we continue, and while cosmetics are fairly on brand for games, I agree here, kinda, to offer at this point, even if they're sold at 70-80 bucks, boosts for in-game progress give players the options to skip through the otherwise essential grind. And here we go to another game aesthetic. You have the grind. A lot of players do the grind. I do the grind occasionally, and actually even more often than not. And the grind is made to make you explore the world as much as possible, gather as much experience as possible, and potentially grab some very, very nice items that you wouldn't otherwise find either later in the game or at all. The grind is an essential part of every game, especially the RPGs, especially action games, especially games with a rich story like Witcher, like Expedition 33. And when you grind, when you take the time to explore the world and to do whatever it is that you have to do to fully experience the game to the very brink and be an absolute completionist, that's when you do that amount of grind. And usually when you have a good game, the grind is awesome. Actually, side quests, just exploring the world, just killing monsters and finding hidden areas and stuff like that, that grind is amazing. It is good. It's an essential part of the game, and passionate developers actually have thought about that, and they have provided a lot of side content that would help you with the grind. However, the grind that they're talking here, and they're alluding to it just a little bit of what I'm going to say, they're alluding that the grind might potentially become very, very bad. It might become very dull, it might become very, very troublesome and gruesome to get through, but it also might become much more essential than it is now, and it might become actually a key mechanic in order for you to progress through the game. And then they're just going to insert the pay to progress option, and then you're gonna have, oh, I just want to go to the next boss, I just want to progress the story, I just want to progress the game, and I don't want to do 10-20 more hours of grinding on this abhorrent level or on this abhorrent map. And they're going, here you go, $5 please, and then you can move forward. We are upping your XP. You're just gonna have to kill 5 boars, and then you get to go 5-6 levels beyond that is going to be needed to progress to the next section. And that's pretty much how I feel things, and that's pretty much what I think they're trying to allude to, which is absolutely abhorrent in every sense of the word. Ubisoft argues that this practice can improve the experience for players, allowing them to pay to make the game they already paid easier to beat and progress through. I mean, just this sentence alone, let's look at it again. Ubisoft argues that this practice can improve the experience for players, and keyword players because I don't think it's going to improve the experience for any actual legitimate player, allowing them to pay to make the game they already paid easier to beat and progress through. And if you don't believe me that this is exactly what game journalists were alluding to, then I don't know what to tell you. This is exactly the skip boss mechanic, the progress through without actually having to play the game, to just see the cinematics, to not die, to whatever you might want to call it, that fake gamers tend to do. And those fake gamers are the game journalists that are trying to tell you if a game is good or not. They're trying to tell you that their opinion matters. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Microtransactions make game more fun according to Ubisoft. This is the most tone-deaf thing that they might have said in the recent times. For anyone who's played through a recent read like Odyssey of Shadows, almost nobody played the last one, you'd know that these games are long. Yeah, exactly, engagement. You're paying for, you're getting what you paid for. The process of grinding through levels is essential, as being too low a level will bar you even from assassinating targets in a single hit. And basically, yeah, that assassination tactic was absolutely laughed at, because if you assassinate someone, if you have the assassination tactic, then you shouldn't be really constrained to levels. However, that's just my thought. I haven't really explored this tactic a lot in these games, but again, these do seem like specific conditions that should not be tied to leveling so much. Although, to be fair to Ubisoft, they fixed this in Shadows by giving players an option to enable one-shots. Okay, so they fixed at least that point when point is due. Regardless, grinding through levels across several areas is a key part of the experience, and while some players may enjoy going through the landscape, those who just want to get through the main story are in for an almost 100-hour experience, depending on how fast they're able to progress. So what you're basically saying is that the games are too long and that people don't like long games? Are you fucking kidding me? We enjoy long games. We enjoy being immersed into a rich world with a lot of hours behind it and explore more and more. Like The Witcher. The Witcher universe is so fucking long that you can basically lose yourself in. The Oblivion remake, the Elder Scrolls as a whole, you can live in those games. And it's not about the games being long. It's about that length not corresponding to actually interesting things being in the game. If you have a shallow world, if you have a hollow world, it's going to be long, gruesome, and not interesting. And it's going to be a torture to get through, even if your game is not even 6 hours long. In the same case, you can play a game for 100 hours, you can play a game for 200 hours and more, and still find more and more interesting stuff from developers that actually fucking care about you, and you still find enjoyment. Go play The Witcher 3 and see what I'm talking about. This game can be played for over 200 hours without the DLCs, and I can assure you it's gonna be interesting through and through. In Ubisoft's opinion, skipping this grind can be more fun for players, with them making paid XP boosts. Fuck you, Ubisoft. They claim they figured out the adoption of monetization and engagement policies that respect the player's experience and are sustainable in the long term. Again, just double the take that I just did a little while ago. At Ubisoft, the golden rule when developing premium games is to allow players to enjoy the game in full without having to spend more. What the fuck are you talking about? You were just talking about spending more to progress through your fucking game. Our monetization offer within premium games makes the player experience more fun by allowing them to personalize their avatars or progress more quickly. However, this is always optional for now. This is for now. Whenever something like this is being introduced, you can bet your ass it is optional for just a little while to see if it's actually going to take root. And once it takes root, it is going to be more very preferred. Just so you know, this has always happened. happened. This was the same thing with loot boxes while they were still thinking, with microtransactions as a whole, with everything. Fun is a subjective term, but creating a problem by making the game grindy and then selling the player a solution to cut down to the grind sounds like Ubisoft could have skipped a few steps and made the game more fun in the first place. Exactly. That's exactly what everyone is talking about. That's the most common logic thing that you can actually get out of this. Make the game fun and nobody is going to mind the grind. Also, make the game fun and a lot more people are going to want to buy the game. Make the game fun and you have loyal followers that will be with you to the future and they will continue to buy your product. If you make those three little things and it's a one thing, make the game fun, make the game adequate, and make the game player oriented. Three things. Three things. You don't even need to dabble into graphics and stuff like that. You need to just take everything, make the game great, sell it to your players. Don't try to cheap them out of more and more money. Sell it at one price, even lower the price if you can. If not, sell it at the minimum full price, and watch as people come and they say, okay, so it is that money, but you get that and it's interesting and I would like to play it. I'm gonna tell my friends, I'm gonna make a review, I'm going to stream this game and a lot of people are gonna see it. Maybe 10 of those people are going to buy them themselves and you have 10 more sales and it grows and it grows and it grows. That's how games like Expedition 33, Schedule 1, like Peak, like games like you have never going to see making it otherwise, or at least not as good, are doing it. They're great games. They're amazing games. That's what the essence of it. And I can't believe I have spent the last 5 minutes explaining this to you. And if I need to explain this to you, a simple YouTuber, I don't know what kind of people you're paying to give you direction for your business model and for your gaming model. Hire me at a 50% reduced salary of those motherfuckers, and if you fucking listen to people like me, people like the other YouTubers, you get far in life, because you're going to actually listen to gamers. You're not going to listen to activists. You're not going to listen to people who have no fucking idea what they're fucking talking about, and they're just spending your money and they're grabbing your money for themselves without actually helping you. That's all I have to say. I do wish for gaming companies such as Ubisoft to be great again. Be great, like 180 degrees around, and just be great. That'll be an amazing turnaround. It's gonna be such a huge win for gaming, but it's not gonna happen because Ubisoft is filled with people who don't give a shit, and it's going to continue to be like this. And when it continues to be like this, it's going to fucking fail. And if you don't believe me, let me show you one last thing. You might remember me showing you a lot of times Ubisoft stocks. Well, these are from today, and I'm gonna actually do this. It's 907 euro. That's curious. This is only for today. 2.54% down. It was actually lower today. It was like below 9 euro. Let's see for 5 days. 220. You have seen peaks, up dips. Let's see 1 month. 1 month is actually better, which is good. So it was actually worse, because from 23rd of June to 22nd of July, we have actually reached that this is basically the lowest point for 1 month. The next day, it's 934. So when we check this tomorrow, it's gonna be a whole different story. 6 months. You've had 18.56% down from 13.59. Let's see year to date, 29.46. 1 year, 53% for a year. I have been talking about Ubisoft for a year, so this has all happened after I started talking about it. Like look at this. I'm not saying that I did something, but this has been happening for a year. 5 years. 87% down. What is it gonna take for some companies to fucking learn the lesson and fucking do a wide sweep and just go and say, okay, we fucked up, we want help? Because that's exactly what you need. You either need help or you either need to burn. You choose, because we will be okay with both those ends. Either you get yourself some help, you start respecting your players, you stop with the bullshit, you fire everyone who has pushed you to this bullshit, or you just burn with the rest of them. And we'll find new games, we'll find new studios, we already have, and we'll find new ways to entertain ourselves. We'll open our own studios, for fuck's sake, and we will do better than you ever have. Why? Because we're gamers, and we want to see good games prosper. And we are the ones who are moving the boat, not you. Not anymore. Thank you very much for watching this video. This is all I had to say for you today. If you enjoyed my content, press the like, subscribe button, and if you want to help the channel grow and you want to help homeless animals and animals in shelters, click the join button and become a DiscussThing Guild member. Leave your comment down in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about all this situation, and if you want to follow me on my socials with the links down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. My name was Kelzo. I'm DiscussThing, and I'll see you guys